Welcome to video number 100. Hooray! I wish I could title this video 100 videos and finally monetized. Nope, not even close. I may not be monetized, but I am still taking a minute to celebrate this milestone of 100 videos. I'm Angela, and this is my channel, Lead Your Living. I am so thrilled that you are here to celebrate this milestone with me, 100 videos. Now, if you listen to what the experts say, 100 videos, the first 100 don't even count. But I'm here to say they absolutely do count. And I can't tell you the learnings I've had on that journey from video number 1 to 100. Now, I'm no expert, but I am here to share some of the learnings that I've had along the way. And I'm calling these learnings truths. Not truths with a capital T, not hard rules carved in stone, but truths that have emerged over and over consistently for me as I've worked my way through these 100 videos, and things that I'll be taking with me on the next 100. If you stay to the end, I'll also share with you 3 particular things that I haven't figured out the truth yet. But to get started, let's jump into truth number 1. Get over yourself. Ew, I know it doesn't sound very friendly, but it is so true. And you know that if you have a YouTube channel and you're making videos, you need to just get over yourself and do it. Yes, mistakes will happen. You'll choose wrong words. You'll formulate your sentences incorrectly. You will have bad angles, bad camera shots. You'll have really bad hair days. So check out some of my videos. But you know what? It doesn't even matter. It's fine. Publish anyway. Just get started. Get over yourself. Do not let your fears hold you back. I actually did a whole video on learning to fail. It wasn't specific to having a YouTube channel, and it was the whole YouTube experience that inspired that little video. So, yes, we're going to fail. We're going to make mistakes. Just get over it, accept it, plan for the mistakes, know they will happen, and make sure that when they do happen, it doesn't make you slip backwards. The motto is fail fast and fail forward. Learn from it, which feeds directly into the next truth. Truth number 2, ready is not a feeling, it is a decision. The sooner you try, the sooner you learn, the sooner you start to improve. So start before you feel ready. Remember, ready is a decision. Okay, truth number 3, I love this one. You teach what you most need to learn yourself. YouTube is such a wonderful platform for furthering or advancing your understanding and your knowledge, and then having a platform to share it with others. This channel is Lead Your Living. Take charge in your own life. You are in charge. No one else is coming. And so, this channel, through these videos, has given me the opportunity to research and learn more about topics that are meaningful to me, and I hope meaningful to others. You share videos, you learn more. Remember, we learn best when we take action. Yes, I am creating these videos for viewers, hoping that it will resonate with folks and help people move forward in their own living. But at the same time, it is also bringing me along because we teach what we most need to learn ourselves. Truth number 4, sometimes you need to ignore the rules and or the experts. Not forever, but sometimes you just need to put some of that on hold. Advice is useful. And again, we need the knowledge, but we also need to put it into action. And sometimes too much advice and too much knowledge just is overwhelming. It is your style and your unique personality that starts to define your videos and your channel. And experimenting with what works and what doesn't work, regardless of what the advice might be, or regardless of what other people might be doing, or regardless of what the experts are saying, experimenting to find out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. That's how you kind of figure out your how and find your moments of wow. An example of this for me is about scheduling. People always ask, I hear people ask on other channels and in courses that I've taken about how often should you be putting a video up? And often they say between 3 and 4 videos a week. I can't do that. And so I've had to just kind of park that, not let that create unnecessary pressure for me. And I've been sticking to a schedule. Yes, and I am being consistent, but it's one video, one long form video a week. That's all I can really handle, and that's all I can handle in terms of keeping it fun, keeping it enjoyable, and really loving what I do. So, I think it's okay to step away from some of the rules once in a while until you find your way. And if you wanna see a real example of this, see my video on my relationship with the algorithm. And speaking of relationship, The next truth might hurt a little. The people you love are not obligated to watch your videos. Your family and your friends are not your target audience. Here's the thing, the people in your life that are important to you love you. That doesn't mean they have to love your videos. You may be producing videos on topics that are not one bit relevant to them. And so asking them to watch all of your videos is like expecting them to come to work with you every day. Do you go to work every day with the people that you love? You may respect them and support them in their jobs, but you're not following them around and watching everything that they do. I know it's kind of the same thing. However, just to be clear, family and friends, if you are watching this, thank you. Keep watching, but don't watch out of obligation or don't watch because you feel pressured to do. I hope you're watching because you're loving the videos. I know it's a dicey, delicate balance. The point of this truth is some people who like and love you on a personal level will not like and love your videos. That's okay. You will find your people. Which brings me to the next one. Truth number 6, be yourself. Really, be yourself. Some people are not going to like you. That's okay. They're not your people. They're not your audience. That is all okay because the ones who do connect with you, those are the ones that matter in terms of growing your channel. And again, I know I say this like I have it all figured out. No, I have 200, a little over 200 subscribers and 100 videos. I'm not monetized, but what I have learned is I would rather be myself on my channel and be real and connect with people who truly connect with who I am instead of trying to connect with people that don't get me. You have something to offer. The thing you have to offer, though, is not for everyone. I truly believe that our people will find us, and my people will be different than your people because our channels are different and we have very different personalities. Be you. It's called YouTube. I heard someone else say that. That's not mine originally. Okay. Being yourself means showing up even when life gets messy. Yep. That's truth number 7. Some days your best effort is yesterday's ho hum effort. It doesn't matter. Show up anyway. During this 100 video journey of mine, we've had obviously life happens, but in particular, one week that was very, very hard is we lost our 14-year-old dog. The last thing I felt like doing during that time was getting in front of the camera, being energetic, being excited about what I was talking about. And so I couldn't be excited and energetic about that, but showed up anyway, gave it a try. It wasn't 100%. You don't always have to be at 100%, but you do need to stay present and stay connected to your viewers. And one of the things that I learned with this experience, I was reminded that people are generally kind and generous and can be a huge source of support, even on our small little channels when you're showing up not at your best. Truth number 8, we do not grow and get better from experience alone. We grow from reflecting on our experience. The experts say, and again, I know truth number 4 was sometimes to ignore some of the rules and the experts, but not all of it. There's good information out there. The experts who have huge YouTube channels have huge YouTube channels because they know the business. They know what to do to get there. And so one of the things that it seems that everybody agrees on is just start. Start where you're at. You get that first video out and then you get a little tiny bit better with every video. And so here's the key from my perspective, I think, that you do get a tiny bit better with every video, but not just simply because you're doing more videos. You have to make the effort to learn from each video. And so I love Simon Sinek's advice when he's talking about how do you live your best life? And at the end of each day, there are 3 questions you can ask yourself for what you want to keep from the day and what you want to take out of the days going forward. That same philosophy works for YouTube videos and how you can review each video after you put it out. 3 questions you can ask yourself. Question number 1, where did I fully show up today in my video? What went well? Maybe you liked the energy you brought. Maybe it was a new editing trick that you tried out or a new format that kind of worked out well. And then the second question, once you identify that, the second question is be specific. Ask yourself, okay, what do I want to carry forward in future videos? And so, what do I want to include in the next video to build on what went well in that first one? And then the third question is this sometimes is a tougher one, or sometimes this is the easiest one is What will I leave behind? What parts of the video were total mess ups or simply just didn't work out and that you do not want to carry forward? This is where the growth happens. Don't just keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting things to magically improve. It takes some effort to think about how you will do things differently next time. Don't underestimate the value of small changes and small things. Truth number 9, practical and tactical things matter. And one small, very specific tactical example is using text to reinforce your message. Our brains process verbal information and visual information very differently. Seeing it and hearing it can help improve recall and understanding, as well as perhaps break up the boredom between slides. It helps to keep the viewer engaged. One little thing that I've learned along the way is remember font size and position matters. I didn't realize when I started all this that people watch or view YouTube videos on so many different devices, including phones, iPads, laptops, and big screen TVs. I had no idea. So just make sure if you're using text that the size and position of it on the screen fits all of those devices. And truth number 10, listen to the signals, both your own internal signals and external signals. If a video feels off for you, it probably is. That's not to say if you've done it and finished it, post it anyway. Again, you can learn from it. Some of my most helpful and valuable feedback did not initially land softly with me. If you get criticism or feedback that, I don't know, just doesn't feel so good, don't dismiss it too quickly. You don't have to respond to it. You can just take it in. It doesn't have to dictate where you go or what you do, but it is nice to have some objective feedback. Let it marinate for a little bit before you dismiss it totally, because there may be some huge value in that feedback. Okay, we've talked about some of the truths. There are also lots of uncertainties remaining. At the beginning of the video, I did say to you that I also have some uncertainties or things that I don't know what the truth is. I have tons, but here are kind of 3 things that are still percolating a little bit with me that I haven't figured out. Maybe you have some tips for me, so please leave your comments down below if you can set me straight. Let's go into uncertainty number 1. Video and cameras, video recording devices. Phew. This one makes me laugh too because I'm a bit of as a hobby, I do wildlife photography. So I have 2 nice cameras sitting around my house that I use all the time. I don't want to use those for YouTube recording because I have lenses attached to them and I'm always using them. I'm always grabbing them to when I go in the car, etc. So it's just doesn't work out for me to use those for YouTube. So I have struggled with how to record my videos. When I'm outside, and a lot of my videos are outside, I can use my iPhone, and I find that video clarity is good enough for me, and I've not heard any complaints from the viewers. However, for indoor recording, like I'm doing now, this has been a huge struggle. I can't really afford to buy a nice camera for this recording yet. So I have been just using an old webcam that I had on my computer. And it was terrible, and I didn't realize how bad it was until I realized people watch YouTube videos on their TV, and I was FaceTiming with a girlfriend one day, and she was watching my video, and she turned the camera to show me on the TV, and it was so blurry. It was terrible. It was terrible, and so, anyway, I did get a new webcam because it's a cheaper option than a fancy camera. It's a little bit better, but still, this is not the end of the journey for me. Maybe once I get monetized, I can upgrade to a camera that will have a much better visual recording quality. All right, what do you use? I'm using the Logitech or Logi. I'll put on the screen what I'm using, and I quite like it. It's not perfect, but it's so much better than I was using just 3 or 4 videos ago, and that I used for many of those first 100 videos. This uncertainty is all about sequence of events. Honestly, this is probably one of the things that I need to learn the most for going forward. I am never sure. Do you write your script? You have come up with your video idea. You think about your thumbnail and title. I know you're supposed to do that ahead of time, but I usually do that midway through the process. But what really is a stumbling block for me is I don't write out a script all the time, but I will get some ideas. I'll write down some point forms and then I use Canva to do all my videos. And so I never know, should I get Canva all set up with all the text and everything and get my scripts in the prompter and all of that? Or should I just record and then try to fit it into Canva and do the editing after that? Normally, I would say for the 100 videos that are on my channel, I would say 98 of them have all included getting the idea, doing the recording, and then trying to fit that in with text and editing and B-roll and all of that. Now, this video is one of the first times that I've actually gave it some thought. I wrote out my point forms. I started to think about, okay, how do I want the text to look in the overall in the finished product? And so I went into Canva, I set it all up, I did the text before I did any recording. The very last thing I've done for this video is the recording. It feels like a much easier process to me. I'm not sure. Would love to know what you do. What sequence of events do you follow when you're making a video? Okay, uncertainty number 3 is all about the niche, narrowing the niche. You know, the topics we cover or focus on. Everything that you read, formal courses, everything talks about the importance of defining your niche and have a very well defined niche. What is your channel about? And for starting off, they say the more narrow that focus is, the better. Yeah, I didn't do so well with that. My channel is called Lead Your Living, your wellness, your work, your leisure. And so it has a variety of topics all about leading your living and taking charge and making sure you're an active participant in your own living. I have a bit of a mix of topics in my channel because I haven't narrowed down my niche and I have different topics that are all about leading your living. I've made actually playlists. So if people are interested in retirement videos, I've put all my retirement videos in the retirement playlist. Or if training for a half marathon, I put my those videos in a playlist, training for a half marathon over 50. And I know that down the road, I probably will have to narrow my niche a little bit, but I'm just not ready to do it yet. I love what I'm doing. I feel it's genuinely things that I am interested in and want to share messages with other people or share experiences with other people. I'm not an expert in any of them, but it feels like meaningful work to me. And once I'm further along in my YouTube journey, I will give that more thought. And according to Mr. Beast, I'm just barely approaching the start line of this YouTube journey. This is what he has to say about the first 100 videos.
It's not. Your first 10 are not going to get views. I can very confidently say that. All you need to do, this applies to people who have dreams of being a YouTuber, is make 100 videos and improve something every time. Do that. And then on your 101st video, we'll start talking.
What does he know? He only has 400 million subscribers. Oh my goodness. Yes. So we do need to listen to the experts, and it makes sense that those first 100 videos are all about the learning. And he did say, let's talk when we get to 101. Okay, Mr. Beast, I'll be giving you a call next week. If you have made it to the very end, yay you. Thank you for joining me on this little milestone. Hope to see you in next week's video.